Hello everyone! For the past few days I've visited different places in and around Baguio City. Today I will be driving to this mountain area because there are still some great places to visit, so stay tuned.
Good morning everybody. Today I'm going to go to the rice terrace somewhere here, and I remember seeing some pictures of it years ago or so, and after that I'm not really sure what to do. So I on Google Maps saw that there are some hiking trails you can do, some long and some short distances, and there are also some flower parks close to the rice terrace. But I'm not really sure in which order I can visit those places. But first of all, I will go to the rice terrace.
So I set off. This time I was driving kind of into northern direction. The day before I kind of went into more northeastern direction. So this year was a completely new route for me. The road was very curvy at a lot of places, and at some spots the rock formations were even kind of going into the road. Eventually I pulled over and stopped at this place. In Google Maps it was described as little rice terraces, but honestly I didn't see any rice there, only a few vegetable plantations.
I'm now finally at the Santo Tomas rice terrace, and it was a little bit difficult to find this parking space here. And then I eventually found one, and right next to the road there was a small path which I just followed. Maybe you can see it. And yeah, I have to say, so far I don't see any rice growing here, just a lot of vegetables like carrots and so. I think this is, no, I don't know, I have no idea what these are called. And yeah, this is also, by the way, the coldest weather I've ever experienced in the Philippines. I even need to wear pants, which never happened before. And yeah, but the view makes everything beautiful, you know.
I continued following this trail. I wanted to see how far I could possibly go. Left and right were lots of vegetable plantations, but I still didn't see any rice. So this is how far I went. The way still continued, but I decided to return from here.
This path here just doesn't stop. It seems to be endless, so I'm going back to some higher place where I can start the drone, and yeah, then I can probably see a little bit more from the landscape here. And I have to be really honest, it's now getting hot, so it's warm here everywhere in the Philippines. I just fell down the way because there was a dog and he scared me. So I fell down here. Oh my, now I'm walking over the plantation. I'm very sorry about that, but that was too scary.
On the opposite side, you can see a hiking trail. It goes through the mountains. So I thought it would be great to go there next.
I don't think I can start the drone here because it's just too windy. So now I'm going to go back to the car, and then I still have some attractions on on my mind which I would like to visit. So the next attraction would be a hiking trail, which is not so far from here, and then there are still these flower parks also close here left to visit.
I made my way back to the car and then I drove the short distance to the starting point of the trail. From the Spanish Trail, you of course could look back to the vegetable plantations, and so, as I said, this place was really not very far away, and now I was ready to see where the trail would lead.
So this is the Spanish Trail here right now, and someone, at these houses there guided me, just showed me where the way started, and it's just a small trail. It only takes around 10 to 15 minutes, so it's just a walk. I don't think you can count it as hiking, and yeah. Oh, now it actually gets very beautiful. So much grass. Oh wow. I don't know if you can see it, but over there at this mountain, it's difficult to point it out because you have so many mountains, but this one, so this is where I walked around, and where so many vegetables were growing, and so that place is really not so far from the hiking trail here, and I think the flower parks are also very close. But now let's continue the way, and nobody is here, which I really like. There's so much grass here on the side. I'm afraid to step on a snake because that once nearly happened before. The trail is in good condition here, so I do think sometimes people come here, and yeah, I think it's definitely worthwhile coming here. It's just a small trail, so nothing really exhausting, and the view is amazing.
The view is truly amazing. You are surrounded by mountains, which are even extending right far into the background.
Yeah, also what I've noticed is that the weather here in this region is kind of looks like autumn mixed with spring, There are not so many palm trees here anymore. It looks a little bit like some kind of European forest. This looks like a shortcut, but it goes very steep, so let's take the longer way. Alright. Here the way is not so clear anymore. Lots of grass is growing So I don't know, maybe I should have taken the other way. Wow! I feel like I'm getting lost because suddenly there's so much grass growing in your way, and that doesn't feel right. Oh, and some stones, and yeah, what? Also, it took me more than 10 minutes, so it should only take 10 to 15 minutes. And I have to say, I'm also walking very slowly, so maybe that's why.
After every corner, a new view opens up, and here you can see even more plantation terraces.
There's a cave here right now. Looks pretty cool, right? So, is it? Oh, you can walk through it. That's pretty cool. Wow. Oh, that's another cave. Whoa, I didn't expect that to be another cave. That's really cool, right? Whoa, I love it. And oh, it's pretty long. This is scary. No, no, I'm joking. I don't. It's not so scary. It's just pretty cool. I'm going back now. So normally the way I think would continue here, but this bridge here looks a little bit sketchy, like it's falling apart. It's pretty old, and I don't want to risk my life, so I'm just going to go back, right? This is not worth it walking there. And there's also another cave, right? Looks pretty cool. Yeah, but let's go back now. Whoa, finally the other side.
On my way back, I decided to just pause at some place just to take in the surroundings. You maybe will think that I'm exaggerating, but the bridge did look pretty unsafe and rusty. So also it just went down, and I just stepped into something. It just went down under the bridge, which was pretty scary. And yeah, I don't want to risk my life. I think maybe most of the people just walk a little bit of the trail. I walked back really slowly. I mean, I didn't have to stress anyways, and I also just wanted to enjoy the view for a bit more. Finally, I was back at the starting point. I mean, I didn't walk the whole trail, but now it was time to go on to the next spot.
That was definitely more than 10 minutes. It took me maybe 40 minutes. And I didn't walk the whole trail, so yeah. I'm now going to drive to the flower parks. Yeah.
On my way, there were even more plantation terraces, and I was hoping that I would come across a restaurant because I didn't eat the whole day. Luckily, I found a simple restaurant just beside the road.
I just had lunch here at this restaurant. It was nothing special. I think it was called shomai. It was okay, and but I bought some strawberries here. I didn't know that they grow here locally, so that's why I bought them. And now I'm going to drive to the flower farm finally.
I was back on the road. From here now on, you really didn't have to drive for very long. Finally, I was there at the flower farm. It's located on the edge of the mountain, from where you have the most stunning view over the landscape.
I'm now finally at the flower farm, and it's much bigger than I thought it would be, and there are very many people here. It seems to be a very popular spot, and yeah, it was like always very difficult to find a parking space here, and yeah, but I'm now finally here. And yeah, also in the ticket there's a complimentary snack included, and these flowers right here, they look like cabbage. Yeah, I know. And this one looks like some human brain. Yeah, I don't know how to describe them otherwise. There are endless flowers here. It just doesn't stop. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying so. And these flowers here are called rice flower. I think the name is random. I don't think it has anything to do with rice. And yeah, so far they are my favorite ones because I really like tiny flowers. And yeah, also when you go closer you can smell honey, which makes sense. Of course. White roses here, a classic. There are only a few here, so maybe they don't grow here natural.
I of course made sure to explore everything. I mean, how could you not? So I also went into this greenhouse.
There are none of this flower that signifies fascination, distinction and love edible. Well, there is not a single one of those here. Maybe there's no love. So these are cabbage roses, and I already saw them a couple of times earlier, and here are just a lot of them. You can eat those. I've never had those, but I would guess that they just taste like regular cabbage. But it looks very beautiful as a flower, right?
I picked myself a nice spot out to look at the view, and here were even more plantation terraces. In the mountain area are even more attractions. I believe there are even more flower parks as well. And now let's go back to the flower farm. They even have staff members which can just assist you. And as you can see by the amount of visitors, this place is quite the popular destination. Below you can already see the end of the park. It's kind of where the many yellow flowers are. I of course went there myself because it looked like a great photo stop.
Everybody is stepping on this walk here to get a picture. There was just a couple right now they took some proposal pictures or so, and I'm just realizing right now how dangerous it is. If you fall down here, you are definitely dead. So I'm going down.
I went back up and explored the last few parts of the farm which I hadn't seen.
Looks genuinely interesting, like some frost. Can I touch it? Oh, it feels like plastic.
Before it was time to leave, I still enjoyed the simple complimentary snack.
In the ticket is also a complimentary snack included, and it's coffee, which I don't even like it. It tastes like nothing, and then some muffins, I think these are. I expected something more delicious. But I still will enjoy the view for a bit more, and then I will drive back to the accommodation.
I was back on the road and look what I saw. It was a half tunnel, and it was a little terrifying to drive under it because I was afraid that it maybe would just break in. Looking to the right, clouds started to gather around. It looked really impressive, and many people thought so too, as they were taking pictures over there. Over time, fog started to appear, and I now had to drive through it, which was pretty cool. It had a certain kind of feeling to it. And then the fog got even stronger. It slowly became dark, and before it would be sunset, I decided to still stop somewhere along the road.
I'm taking a break from driving just to enjoy the view here because it's so amazing. And earlier while driving, I drove through a very foggy area, which was very cool. And yeah, it's very fresh. My hands feel extremely cold. I don't know how high we are.
By evening, I was back at the accommodation and it was also time for dinner.
Here's my dinner. I've already ordered this a couple of days ago, and I ordered this today again because it tasted good. But this time it looks a little bit different. There's tomatoes on it, and some potato chips are also here. These ones are okay. And I also have a yogurt drink. Yeah, it's okay. It's just if the window here is open and it's freezing a little bit, so I maybe should have ordered something warm.
That's it. Please make sure to like and subscribe. In the upcoming content, I will visit some hot springs, so stay tuned and see you there. Bye bye.